everyone and welcome to another virtual walk with us here at the Isles of Scilly Wildlife Trust. So for anyone who's not done one of these just yet, my name's Natalie and I am the Marine Ranger. Now today I'm going to take you on one of Scilly's most iconic walks, and if you take a little sneak peek at the archway behind me, and if I told you that this walk had a history of around about 350 years, you might be able to guess that today I'm taking you around the Garrison Walls. Now, way back in 1550, Scilly was actually highlighted as a possible base for attacks on shipping, but nothing was done at the time to strengthen the island's defences before the attack of the Armada in 1588. But then the probability that King Philip of Spain would potentially mount a second Armada made it vital to take action. At the time, the islands were leased to the Cornish Godolphin family, so it came down to the head of the family and the governor of the islands to choose the site for these new fortifications. Now, Sir Francis Godolphin chose the Heugh, which is a prominent headland jutting out to the west of St Mary's. The Star Castle that you can see just ahead of you here was built at the nucleus of the site in 1593 to 1594. There's a view looking back over the harbour there. And across to the off islands. The Spanish threat never actually materialised, but the garrison walls have been used to defend St Mary's since, including in the English Civil War and later in World War I, where they were rearmed and actually accommodated around about 1,000 servicemen. During World War II, Scilly actually found itself at the forefront of the Battle of the Atlantic, and the garrison walls have been really well preserved. Even though they've been well maintained, the garrison walls are naturally in pretty different use these days. So the Star Castle that's at the nucleus of the site is now a hotel, the wall pack has been converted into accommodation, and the land that is bounded by the garrison walls forms a key grazing compartment for our ruby red cattle. Now, our ruby reds form a really important part of our land management programme here at the Isles of Scilly Wildlife Trust. So I'm just going to take you into one of the batteries now. So this here is the Woolpack battery. And the building that lies above this site that I mentioned just then is the Woolpack that's been converted into accommodation. The Woolpack battery is the largest of the garrison's gun batteries, and its armament was used to deter enemy soldiers from attempting to navigate St Mary's Sound into the harbour. So what you're looking at here is Redan D. And the Garrison Walls have several of these V-shaped redans. And what these were actually used for was setting up crossfires. So it enabled the soldiers here to fire at a ship from more than one direction. And what that did was cause panic and confusion in the enemy. This here is Redan E, and Redan D that I just showed you is just a bit further back down the path. So from these sites they would have been able to crossfire at the enemy. I'm going to finish the walk just down here at the Morning Point Battery. The guns on the Morning Point Battery guarded the approach to Porth Cressa Beach from St Mary's Sound. And just here you can see the original concrete pillbox, which dates back to World War II. And behind it you're looking across to Porth Cressa. I'm just going to leave you with a lovely view across to Pinniness. I'm obviously not a historian, so if you want to know more about the garrison and its history, head over to the English Heritage website. That's all that I've got for you today, but do keep the comments and the suggestions coming, and we'll try and get a couple more walks out to you over the coming weeks. A really big thank you to all of you who have joined us today, and to those of you who have donated. It's really, really important in us being able to bring you these walks and to be able to continue our works across the islands. So we do really appreciate it, and thank you very much for that. Keep an eye on our socials for the next walks coming up over the next coming weeks.